Hi, Lawrence Dodds here with a tutorial from PC Manpower. I just want to clear up actually some confusion when it comes to Microsoft Office purchasing. One of the things that seems to crop up quite a lot in my line of business as a IT engineer is I often get customers who, once they've asked me to set up their computer, they might hand me over a Office tag or one of these purchase cards where you scratch off the security number, the code on there, and you put that in on your system and install the Microsoft Office and so forth. One of the biggest confusions I find and customers face, and perhaps maybe you've come across, is what version of Office do you go for? Are there any versions? What do you buy? What do you do? What is this? What are you buying? This is it. It seems to me to be the biggest problem with Office is we're all corralled into this narrow funnel where we're told we need Office, but there are actually several varieties, several flavors of Microsoft Office out there for you to buy if you need Office, but nobody seems to be given the chance or have it explained to them the different types and the different types of scenarios that you might need to consider. So what this tutorial really is a very brief overview. Now on my site I've got a link to Microsoft Office 365 home website on there, which is the big orange banner that you can see, and I've just clicked onto that. So I'm just going to pull down the page, scroll down a little bit, and just explain some of the basic features of what you could get and why you should choose one over another. So here we are, there's 4 on the page. This is Microsoft's home site, and this is what they offer as a Office 365 option for you if you need to get things like Word or Excel and Outlook and so forth. So here we go. The first 3 are all PC based. That's just the standard computer system, laptop, or even Android phone perhaps. But the 4th one here is the Mac. This is for Apple Mac. So if you have an Apple Mac, then obviously this is going to appeal to you. So I'm just going to go back to the first one, and just casting your eye across, you can see we've got Office 365 Home, Personal, Home and Student version. So what's the difference? Well, there are different prices, that's for sure, and that one seems to have less icons than the others, but these two seem to be the same. Well, quite right, they are almost identical, the first two, except for one thing. The price on here is slightly less on here. But there's also the fact that this one here, Office 365 Home, which is designed for the home user, family as it were, and this is designed for 5 users. So 5 users, 5 different computer systems can have this one Office can be installed on all 5 of those devices. So what do you get for your money? Well, you obviously get Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I think that's Notes, Outlook, Publisher, and I think the other one on there, I think that might be OneDrive. You've got OneDrive and a few others on there too. So I'm not going to go into too much of the terminology and the names of all these features, but I just want to point out very quickly, and indeed you're probably only interested in one thing: what do you actually need and what can I get away with paying, because you don't want to end up paying for something you're not going to use, you're not going to benefit by. So you just really want to know what do you really need and what's the cost, right? So here we go. This one, $79.99. This covers for 5 users. So if you're a household, you're a family, you've got kids at school, and you use Microsoft Office or are thinking of using it, one of the biggest features might be Word. Down here is the main one. We all know it. We all use Word in Office. Maybe a small percentage of us might use the Excel part of it, which is for spreadsheets, and then you've got all these others, and you've also got Outlook, I think I can see on there, which is for the email and things like that. But the other great features is you've got 1 terabyte of cloud space on Microsoft servers for each and every of one of the 5 users that use this Microsoft package. So if you buy this for $79.99 and there are 5 of you, there's mum, dad and the 3 kids, then all of you can install this on each of your own computer, and all of you individually can have the 1 terabyte of cloud space on there, as well as 60 minutes Skype time as well. So if you use Skype, there's another little thing on there too. But of course, every year you're going to have to pay this $79.99 again, otherwise you're going to lose access to all your precious files on the OneDrive. And if you use Outlook, the email system part of Office here, if you happen to use that, you're going to lose access to that, because that's going to cut you off after a short amount of time if you go down this route. But if you like this service, it's actually quite a good deal. I mean, it says there's $7.99 per month, and that is for 5 users, so that's quite a good deal for 5 people. $7.99. If you break that down even further, that's almost just over £1 each per month to have Microsoft Office. Now, if you don't use all those features, if you're just one person, for example, then what? You don't want to do all of that. You don't need 5 users. You don't want to share it with your neighbour or Aunt Bessie in some other country somewhere. So you're probably just going to want something for yourself. Just for a single user, it's $59.99. You get the exact same benefits as this one over here, except it's 1 user and it's $59.99. You get all these other options. I usually tend to find that a lot of people tend to go for this one. It's obviously £20 or so cheaper on there, but 20 quid's 20 quid, I guess. So just go for this one package and then go for that. Now, why do you need all this stuff? Do you actually need Outlook, for example? There it is right there. The 3 main things that pop up for myself and come up again for most of the clients I interact with: Word, Excel and Outlook. And the others are kind of specialised, if you use it at work, or you've got some particular thing that you want to do. But most of us, 9 times out of 10, are very familiar with Word and Excel, and maybe a few after that use the Outlook part of it. Again, if you're working in a busy office, you probably are quite used to using Outlook, so this would be an advantage to have that. But if you don't use Outlook really, and you don't use any of these other things, and you only use Word, then what? Well, let's go further over here. Now, this option gives you the Word, Excel and these other 2 here, and it's cut down quite a lot. But look, I know you're going to say, well, hold on a minute, that's nearly £120 up there, isn't it? What's the difference? Well, this $119.99 simply means it's a one-time affair. You pay once, unlike the other 2 where you pay every year, just the once. So you pay $119.99 and that's it. You won't have to pay every year or anything like that. There's no further subscriptions. You've paid it, you walk out the door with your CD, that's it, it's installed and you're done. But look, you've got no storage facility, no cloud base. Well, in actual fact you have. It's a free version of the OneDrive, and I think it's something like about between 3 and 6 gigabytes of space you can store on there, which is quite ample for a lot of people. So we've got Word and Excel, so if you're only really interested in using those, this might be the one to go for. But if you like a smaller price and you don't mind it being over a year because you can lose that cost, then obviously you can go for one of these options here. So really, just to recap then, you've got the Office Home, which covers for 5 users for £80 a year, for a single user £60 a year, and if you really only want to use Word and you just want to pay the once, then it's going to cost you £119.99, £120, and for the one-off payment for that. So those are the options that you get with that. And do click on the link, the orange banner on my site. So if I just click back one page, there it is. Here's my site, which you're probably on right now looking at this video. But if you do go there, click on this and it will actually take you to that site, and you can peruse through this and have a look for yourself. But I just wanted to clear that up, because obviously this is a little bit confusing. Which one do you go for? and which one do you really need, and do you really need to pay all this money? So have a look at these features there, scrutinize it, and if you're happy with one of those, then obviously you can go ahead and shop now or buy now directly from Microsoft. No middleman in between all of this, you just go directly to Microsoft on there and purchase that. And now I think all we need to do is to have a look at my next video, which is probably further down this page, which covers the alternatives should you not want to go for Office. You don't really want to go down that route, or you're on a budget, and there are some free alternatives that are very, very good, very comparable with the Office product. So let's have a look at those in the next video. Thanks for watching.